when it comes to deer hunting, whitetails, they're my favorite.
That's worth going after.
On this special episode of Winchester's Whitetail Revolution, it's a triple header as 3 of our experienced hosts hunt the best of whitetail all over the country.
Those are the ones, those are the ones. It's a good deer. He's a sugar.
Winchester's Whitetail Revolution is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American Legend, Code Blue, perfecting the science of hunting, Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work, Redfield, the soul of the American hunter, and by Browning, the best there is.
This is a really exciting hunt for me because growing up in Missouri, I love hunting whitetail deer in the state of Missouri.
Right there, coming out of the woods, big buck.
To be there, to see the deer, to see it coming in, it makes your heart beat faster. You see things that very few people ever get to experience.
There's a bunch of does out in that field right there. Bunch of does out there eating clover in that food plot. That many does out there, there'll be a buck coming here after a while. Right there he comes, out of that back corner. That's just a little guy, little young 8-pointer. Well, he's got potential.
Host and hunter Alan Treadwell's proven his shotgun skills as an Olympic skeet shooter, but the thrill of international competitions matched by the thrill of going home to Missouri to hunt big whitetail on friend Donald Thompson's Square T Farms.
This hunt's with a good friend of mine, Don Thompson. He's got a farm up in middle Missouri, about 1,500 acres, and come up and he's got a house up here. All the equipment that you need to put out food plots and to chase deer, and I just love coming out here and hanging out with his family. And even better, we get to get out there and put out some food plots, check the game cameras, and kill some of the deer.
When I bought this property, basically my goal was to improve the wildlife habitat to the point where the deer would stay on my property and would not want to leave. Through years and years of hard work, clearing land with putting in food plots and declaring some areas to be sanctuaries in order to try and keep the deer within my property is what I've done to make my place the best that it can be.
We really hunted hard and we battled the conditions, the rain and the weather that came in. But the last evening of the hunt, as it always happens, one of the bucks that we had on our hit list comes out, the devil buck comes out, and when he comes out, I see those brows stuck off to the side, and I said, that's our deer. That's him right there.
There's a buck out there with them does. That's a good deer. That's a devil buck. He's a shooter. See him, that's definitely a devil buck. I can see his brows laid off to the side. All right, he's gonna work back down that field. Here he goes, headed towards them 2 spikes that are fighting right there. He's gonna stop right before he gets to the timber. One last time, he's gonna stop. That's what I'm gonna shoot him. Oh yeah, he's hit hard. He's hit hard. He's not gonna make it far. That's a good deer. That's the devil, baby. I smoked him. He went in here somewhere. I marked him just this side of that little hump right there somewhere. Right there's a white rump showing. There he is. Oh yeah, he's down. Let me get this thing unloaded. Whew. What a deer. What a Southwest Missouri whitetail I have right here. This is the devil buck. Look at these brows, how they peel off to the side like that. Look like little devil horns. That was one of the deer on the hit list. Man, I love hunting this country. This is what I grew up hunting. I live in Southwest Missouri. I'm hunting Southwest Missouri. These rolling hills, acorn trees everywhere, fescue fields that we plowed up, put some food plots in, got good clover food plots. What a great deer. Don's gonna be proud of this guy. Got a name, got him out of the herd. What a great mature buck. I can't wait to get it back and show him to Don.
Those are the ones, those are the ones.
Next up, Ron Spomer heads for the Cornhusker State to track a big Nebraska buck on Winchester's Whitetail Revolution. Hunter and host Ron Spomers come to the legendary Platte River Valley of Nebraska to hunt a Cornhusker buck on this best of edition of Winchester's Whitetail Revolution. Other hunters find their best of bucks other places, and sometimes on their first time out, as in this week's Buck of a Lifetime.
Last summer, Heather Riggins told her husband Jeff, "You know, I want to try deer hunting." Jeff was pumped about that. He and Heather made several trips to the range. Pretty soon, the girl was shooting the lights out with her muzzleloader. Jeff hung a two-man stand on a property where he'd seen some bucks, and the hunt was on. Opening day, 2009 Indiana season. Around 8 o'clock, Team Riggins saw a doe, followed by a huge buck. He stopped 53 yards from the stand. Jeff told Heather, "Take your time and shoot just when you're ready." Boom! The Indiana buck's left G2 taped more than 16 inches. The heavy rack grossed around 171. Not too shabby for an 8-pointer, not to mention Heather's first ever deer. Jeff told me she's gonna be a hunter for life, man, I'm sure of that. Shows how the great outdoors and hunting can help build strong relationships. Amen to that, Jeff, and great buck, Heather.
Learn more about Mike Hanbeck's Bucks of a Lifetime at versus.com.
Here's a nice track. Yeah, that is a nice buck going through here.
Whitetail hunting in Nebraska along the storied Platte River should be exciting. It's got a lot of history here. It's a major migration corridor for both people and wildlife.
That's worth going after.
We are blessed to be on the Platte Valley. It's full of game, and we offer hunts for all of it at Central Nebraska Outfitters.
Well, look at there. Now there's more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 of them out there now, Jim.
As soon as you get them off this meadow, there's a little ditch that goes down, and then it kind of comes back up and levels, and you could stay in that ditch as you go along, come up every
Good
so
cover.
often. Yeah.
All right, sounds great. See you back here about midday?
Yeah, probably around noon.
Noon?
Somewhere
That's a
in
good
that
time.
area.
Bring food. Bring food and the cavalry.
Ron Spomer knows Nebraska and knows the best places to hunt whitetail there. And one of the very best is on the vast and varied acreage operated by outfitter Jim Martinowski and Central Nebraska Outfitters.
I've been coming to Nebraska to photograph cranes and hunt pheasants and mule deer hunts, coyotes, having a lot of fun down here. And the Platte River, of course, is a ribbon of riparian habitat that attracts whitetails. Lots of corn along the sides, you know, everything you need for a good whitetail population.
I've been guiding and outfitting in this area for 9 years now. A client, partner of mine, started Central Nebraska Outfitters about 4 years ago. We've got 17 miles of river. We hunt whitetails and mule deer through all 3 seasons, which would be archery, muzzleloader, and firearm. We have turkey hunts, waterfowl hunts, including snow geese, ducks, and dark geese. We do some prairie dog hunts and some coyote hunts.
So now with Jim Martinowski running an operation here for, I guess he hunts just about everything. He's famous for waterfowl, but he's been hunting deer for quite a few years. I've heard some good things about him and his operation, so I'm really excited. This will be my first chance to hunt whitetail in Nebraska. I can't think of a more historically fascinating location than the famous Platte River Valley. I decided, best option, get my buns down to the river, get along the edge of the timber, and still hunt out, and if I need to, I can slip out into that pasture. So I start down a fence line for the river, not really convinced I know where these deer have gone.
Man, I don't think they got into the corn yet. They must be, either got in the corn or they're down by the river yet, in these trees. What's that? That's a deer. Right in the trees there. It's a buck. It's 2 bucks. Those are the ones, those are the ones. Those are about a 130, 140 buck. Yeah. What are they doing? Oh yeah, that's it. Shoot, man, that's not far away either. Nice and calm, everybody calm. Ah, this fence wire's too jiggly. I'm gonna move up to that post. Oh yeah. Okay, separate, boys. That's it, separate. Right. He's hit. Oh, come on, buddy. Go down. Go down or stop and give me another shot. Come on. Oh, there you go. Ah, right behind the tree, all I can see are antlers. Shoot, come on, buddy. All over. See his breath? Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I walked up and here lays this 4x4 whitetail. This is the deer I was stalking the night before. I mean, how neat is that to be able to hunt a deer 2 days in a row, fail on a stalk one night, get him the next morning. That is just so satisfying. I'll tell you what, the trophy here was the hunt. Just persistence and staying after these guys till we found him, making a stalk and working the area. I tell you what, this was a chess match. You, buddy, for your young age, were pretty sly about staying out in that open pasture there. Good sized body on it. Buddy, you're gonna come home to dinner with me, huh? Meet the family, what do you say? You're gonna love it.
There he is, right there. He's right below this bank. He was just rolling in like a steamroller, out of control.
Winchester's Whitetail Revolution is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, Code Blue, perfecting the science of hunting, Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work, Redfield, the soul of the American hunter, and by Browning, the best there is.
It's no secret that I'm a native of South Dakota. So when it comes to deer hunting, whitetails, they're my favorite. that second one is. Those two bucks come right in, right away. So it still shows they're interested in the rattling. Problem is, this time of the year, is does are coming into heat. And of course, the big bucks are gonna have a hot doe, so they may not come to the horns. Hopefully, between the two tactics, we will find a big buck. South Dakota has a lot to offer for whitetails. It's because they inhabit every bit of niche habitat found within its borders.
For homeboy Mark Kaiser, it's a return to his native South Dakota and a hunt for his favorite deer with Dakota Ranch Outfitters on this best of Winchester's Whitetail Revolution.
Now, on a hunch, I just thought I need to go back to that morning spot. I edged up to a lip, sat down, looked back down into that bowl, bingo. I got a good enough look at him. I knew a mature buck was at home and the game was back in play. Now the problem was, I'm sitting up in an area with the wind blowing kind of wrong for him, and that buck's moving away. I backed out of there, made a big wide loop around him to get everything to my advantage. I looked up at the sky, the sun was beginning to set. I knew that my time was limited. Finally, I got up to the very corner. The buck had moved back into some thick, heavy cover. There he is, right there. He's right below this bank. Starting to lose shooting light, so I have to try and rattle at him, see if we can't get him to come out. Right down on him. That dude charged him. He came in hard. He's a big old buck. You know, he's not a monster for scoring, but he's a monster just because he's brawny. Let's go see what he is, because he is a heavy-duty dude. I can't imagine a better ending to any hunt. In fact, it's gotta be one of my all-time favorite endings for rattling in a big buck. There he is, he's right here. Oh, what a dude. That is a big, mature South Dakota whitetail. He's got to be at least a 5, 6, or even older buck to have a body like this. And look at the mass on his antlers. What a great way to end a hunt in my state of South Dakota, where I was born and raised.
All whitetail, all the time.
Take him out. Take him.
On Versus.com and Versus On Demand.